Welcome to our classroom. I'm Mrs. Armstrong, and this is our KA classroom at our Tway Glendale Classical Academy. Come on in, I'll show you around. Here at our Tway Glendale, we talk a lot about the virtues. These sort of underlie our whole goal of education. Humility, perseverance, friendship, courage, citizenship, responsibility, integrity, wisdom, and honesty are things that we strive to model to our students and to encourage them to grow in. And the literature that we read and the way that we have conversations about behavior all reflect those virtues. In this video, I want to focus primarily on the behavior system that we use and how to do homework with your child, because those are things that are difficult for me to explain on paper. So over here we have our clip chart system that is used in our school. Kindergarten through second grade all have the same system. We have these different levels with the students' names on them. The students have clothespins that all start on ready to learn at the beginning of each day. So everybody gets a fresh start every day. And then if someone is exemplifying excellent behavior in the classroom, they are sitting in their ready position with their hands folded and patiently waiting for the next instruction, then we reward that by saying, "Great, I love the way that you are sitting. I will move your clip up." And that's just kind of a reinforcement that your good behavior has been recognized. Also, if a student is demonstrating non-exemplary behavior, the clip can be moved down to time to reflect, lose recess, or having a conversation with the headmaster or the dean of students. And we hope that these things will be avoided during the day. Sometimes it is necessary for students to have a moment to reflect on their actions and have a chance to make better choices later on. And so if their clip is moved down to time to reflect, they will sit out 5 minutes from recess, and lose recess, they will sit out for the whole recess. At the end of the day, we look in their red folders, and on the top of their behavior and homework sheet, there is something that says Super Scholar, Excellent, Great, Ready to Learn, etc. for each day. And with a highlighter, the teacher will mark the level that the student accomplished for that day. Now, I want to say that even though this is a useful tool for teachers, it isn't the end-all be-all, and it certainly shouldn't replace the focus on classroom learning. We really don't want it to be a distraction. So that's why we put it back here in the back of the classroom, so that it is something to think about and to go to as needed, but it's not the primary focus. And you as parents can help us a lot with that at home by discouraging your students from having competitions either with classmates or with their siblings who might be in other grades that also use the clip system. So as parents, I think it depends a lot on knowing your child. If your child is already striving for high achievement, then it's really probably not a good idea to say, if you get on Super Scholar, I will buy you a new toy. Because that child is already trying to accomplish things of good behavior anyway, and we want that good behavior to be in its own reward in a sense. However, if your student is consistently coming home lower than ready to learn, then the teacher will contact you. I would personally notice the pattern and send an email or make a phone call home that this is a pattern of behavior that maybe we should have a conversation about. And then on an individual basis, we can discuss a plan of action. So overall, I just want to say that this is something that you will see being marked in your student's homework folder, but we would ask that you not emphasize too much, "Son, where were you on the clip chart today?" Because that's not the main focus of our education. For homework, you will need your child's red folder with the homework sheet, and each day is marked out some checklists of things to accomplish. Spalding phonogram flashcards were to be purchased, a smaller version. This is my classroom version, but it is the same as yours at home. On the back, it has both the sounds and the instructional tips. I'm not going to go into too much detail on Spalding because I sent a helpful link of someone who has more expertise than I do in Spalding, but the gist of it is show your child the flashcard, preferably pulling from back to front, and the child should say the sounds.
D, A, O, U. K, S, A, A.
We ask that you go over the phonograms every day, and we will be adding more phonograms so that if you are not going over them every day, then they will accumulate so that it gets to be a little bit overwhelming. But if you go over them every day, we only add one more each day, then it's very manageable. There's also a reading log in the folder to write down the title of the book and whether you read it to your child, read it with your child, or if the child read it independently. At the beginning of the year, we very much expect that the adult will be reading aloud to the child. And later on in the year, we expect that the adult will be sitting with the child, coaching the child on how to read. It's probably not a good idea to just send your child off and say, go practice reading for 20 minutes and then come back, because they'll get stuck and discouraged. And we'll have more coaching later on a good way to encourage your child to begin reading. The necessary worksheets for the week are attached to the homework page. This week has clock letters, and it's very important to focus on the letter formation whenever your child is doing handwriting, whether it's tracing or writing on lined paper. Please think about pencil grip and sitting position, and encourage your child to take his time and do his best work. If you notice that your child is just rushing through it, please ask him or her to erase and do it over, because that is something that I will be checking and I'll send it back. And it's just a good habit to get into. Please keep all of these documents in the red homework folder in the return to school side so that they can be checked daily and then returned back. Thanks for watching. That's all I wanted to cover for this video, but I hope that you will be in contact with me and be able to come to future meetings at the school for further coaching and explanations about the curriculum. Thank you, and I'm really excited to have your children in my class this year.